Hello and welcome to the Learning Lab Class Podcast 101. My name is Melissa. I'm one of the adult and teen librarians at the Arcadia Public Library. In this video, we're going to introduce podcasts and answer questions like, what are podcasts? Why do you want to listen to a podcast? And what types of podcasts are even out there? So let's jump in. Essentially, a podcast is a series of free audio episodes on specific topics. Podcasts are a little like talk radio in that they are just people talking about a subject. You can download or stream episodes to a personal device like your smartphone, tablet, or computer. We're going to be talking about what these options are in a later video. So, why might you listen to a podcast? There's a lot of reasons to listen to a podcast, but one of the best parts of podcasts is that they're free. Just like all the items you can borrow from the library, podcasts don't cost anything to listen to. So another great thing about podcasts is that there is pretty much a podcast on any topic you can think of that you're interested in. There are podcasts for everything from politics to current events to knitting to true crime to horror, humor, really any topic you can think of, there's going to be a podcast for it. Another nice thing about podcasts is that you can listen to them almost anywhere at any time that you have access to a device to play them on. So some people listen while they're doing chores, some people listen to them while they're driving to work, some people listen to them when they go for a walk. It is really flexible. You can listen to them whenever is convenient to you. And then finally, you might want to try a podcast if you need a break from looking at a screen. They'll give your eyes a break. They are something to do that doesn't require staring at a computer or other device screen, which we're all doing a lot more and more these days. So now that you know a little bit more about podcasts and why you might want to give them a try, let's take a closer look at how podcasts are set up. So there are two main formats for podcasts. There are serial podcasts, and really what that means is you need to listen to the episodes in a particular order, sort of like a TV show that has a plot that progresses through the episodes, and the episodes build on one another. So these type of podcasts are usually telling a story, and they can be fictional or they can be real, but you need to listen to the previous episode to fully understand the next episode. The other type of podcasts are episodic podcasts. And what that means is those type of podcasts have episodes that stand on their own and you don't need knowledge or information from a previous episode for context for the current episode. So you can pick and choose what to listen to and listen to them in any order. Different podcasts will also vary in length. So there are some podcasts out there that are very, very long and they're several hours long. And then there are some that are really quick that are just a few minutes. The final thing to know about podcasts is that every podcast can be released at a different rate. So some podcasts have daily episodes and some come out weekly, some come out monthly. It's really just going to depend on the show itself, the podcast itself. Some podcasts also have seasons, and what that means is there'll be a series of episodes and then they'll take a break. And then in a couple months, they'll come back and have more episodes in a new season, sort of like TV. It functions in sort of a similar way, but generally, podcasts can be serial, episodic, they can be different lengths, and they can have different publishing rates. So when they come out. So that's really just a general overview of how podcasts tend to function. And then finally, just because it's super interesting, I think, just a couple of fun facts about podcasts. So there are over 1 million podcasts out there. So I really wasn't kidding when I said earlier that there's something out there for everyone. A fair amount of people listen at home at about 49%, and about 22% listen in their car, though secretly I suspect that that's a little bit higher in places like Los Angeles. There are also 5 companies that are kind of lead the industry for podcasts, and we're going to be taking a look at all of these with the exception of Overcast in subsequent videos in this class. But those are Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, Overcast, and Google Podcasts. And then NPR, which obviously is the radio station, is one of the top podcast networks in the nation. They have an audience of over 20 million listeners every month, which is quite a large population. So, like I mentioned, we're going to be taking a look at some of those more in depth in later videos. But in this video, we learned about what podcasts are, a little bit more about how they function, and why you might want to try them out. So be sure to join us in our next video where we're going to be talking about the terminology around podcasts and the type of devices you can listen to podcasts from. Feel free to leave us a comment below or reach out to staff if you have any questions or we can help in any way.